Hey Tobias, welcome and thank you for joining us on this episode of the Blockcast live from Germany, where we interview innovative blockchain companies and how they plan to impact global industry with blockchain technologies. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for the invitation today, Sergio.
Appreciate it. And this episode is brought to you by the World Data Forum. Visit them at worlddataforum.com. It's September 19th and 20th in Barcelona, Spain at the World Trade Center. They've got a huge packed up headline speaker list of people including Jennifer Robinson, Julian Assange's lawyer, and WikiLeaks' primary lawyer. Also, they've got David Brin and Ralph Merkle, who is arguably one of the fathers of cryptography, inventor of the Merkle trees, and a huge other host of speakers. Tobias will be there in person. I'll be there in person, so be sure not to miss it. This episode is also brought to you by Bitdepositary IO. Visit them at Bitdepositary IO. They're a platform that's bridging the gap between centralized ICOs and a community investors through voting and integrated payment solutions. Be sure to visit them later this month, early October. They'll have a plethora of ICOs, some of the best and most highly vetted ICOs out there. So be sure to visit them. Again, bitdepositary.io. Tobias, thanks so much for joining us. Really looking forward to this episode of the Blockcast to really learn more about Bitdepositary and your background as a CEO of various companies. Just to get the audience started, could you tell us a little bit more about how you got to the idea of Bitdepositary and your background prior to?
Thanks for the invitation today, Sergio.
Absolutely.
So my name is Tobias Graf. I'm the founder and CEO of Bitdepositary. I'm from Germany, near Munich. That's also the reason for my Bavarian English. And here I started also in 2010 my first finance brokerage business. We had in 2015 we have already managed to obtain around 50,000 new clients for a major German health insurance. That's also the beginning of our salesforce development journey. Just 1 year later, our company had a total of 25,000 new clients. And since 2017, we work on Bitdepositary, yes. So I'm also the CEO of several other companies, including a finance broker company, a marketing company, and the holding company on top. So that's a short overfly of my business career.
Thank you, Tobias. It definitely has been action-packed. Looking forward to talk more about it. You know, the world of ICOs these days is notoriously difficult to navigate just due to the huge number of companies that misrepresent themselves and look to taking investment. Often nothing more than a bit of vaporware, that I've seen. And that's kind of the better side of the bad stuff out there. We've heard of hundreds of just different scams out there. And I know that you've set up Bitdepositary up in order to address just this weakness in the market. It seems from the fact that your company, that you believe that ICOs are a good way for companies to raise funds, which is purely evident from the fact that ICO funding has surpassed VC funding, which is a phenomenal feat in and of itself. What is Bitdepositary exactly, and how can it make any difference at all in this current state of the funding market?
So what is Bitdepositary? Bitdepositary is a platform for investors of ICOs and also for companies that want to raise funds through an ICO to establish and grow the projects or the companies. So yes, I say we will help the community for secure ICOs, and we will help the companies to raise funds also securely. The problem with the market is that around 80% of all ICOs they don't release their projects or advance or launch the projects, and all investors stay left behind with a purchase token and lost their money.
Right.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know, just with blockchain, everything being open source, I mean, it's very easy for someone to kind of fork the Bitcoin code base, start their own ICO, raise funds, an ERC20 token, just start raising funds across just, some sort of business model. What sort of tools do you guys have with Bitdepositary, and what kind of plans do you have for the future, in order to kind of create this ecosystem?
So the point is, if you look on the market to the 20% legit ICOs, you will notice that the profit from these ICOs are above 10,000% in the market. and that's in a short timeline. That's very nice for each investor and for all users.
Right.
Yeah, and we search this point. So our project is based. We search only this 20% ICOs from the market.
Okay.
To build an ecosystem with premium ICOs.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you can't found in this short time 10,000% into the fiat currency world. You can't found it.
Right.
You found it in the cryptocurrency space.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I got involved a couple of years ago, so obviously very happy on that side as well. Last 6 months have been quite a struggle, I would say, in terms of the cryptocurrency market. Do you foresee that turning around sometime soon, or in terms of total market capitalization, do you feel like this is just a small shakeout?
Yeah, we have actually the beer market. It's not nice actually for everyone, but also in the fiat currency world, we have the same. You have up and down always.
Right.
You have not always up or always down. That's not possible.
Right, absolutely. And, on the investor side, just to kind of embed that investor confidence, I know that we're just on the heels of the SEC actually denying the most recent Bitcoin ETFs, which I think is a small roadblock, the Winklevoss twins. There's a couple of others that are coming out on the market. But specifically for investors kind of searching for those very high returns, very high quality ICOs, how can the investor know that they can trust Bitdepositary as the arbiter of evaluation of these ICOs?
Yeah, our safety points that's our KPIs, and those are very clearly on our integrated voting process, connected with a solid infrastructure built on Salesforce, Heroku, in combination with the Ethereum blockchain. So we have a completely mix from them. Salesforce is a big player on the market. I think the market size around 66 billion.
Right.
Yes. So we based our system to 90% completely on Salesforce.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And what sort of KPIs do you think investors should look for, when kind of evaluating an ICO? Is it the team? Is it the technology? Is it the backgrounds of the founders? Is it, what are sort of the things you use to evaluate that investors?
So I say as first point, the team. The team is one of the important points. The team don't work, you don't find profit.
Absolutely.
That's not possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a second point, the technology. We work with the blockchain. We say we make an ICO. So the technology is the second point.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And, in terms of all these different ICOs, I know they're targeting different segments of the market. Which use cases do you see really hitting, first? Is it real estate? Is it securities? Is it, different asset models, consumer packaged goods? Where do you really feel are the biggest kind of innovations that we could see?
At the moment, security. That's so at the moment the main point. The market goes down. We have lost, I think, in the last week, around 30% of the ICO volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge point. So security is the main point.
Security.
The user don't trust the ICOs. That's a big problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. And Tobias, given your background and expertise in this area, tell us something about blockchain that's true that maybe almost nobody agrees with you on, if you can think of something.
Maybe the blockchain. The blockchain, I say, is very nice for transactions, for, safe points, but you can't always work with a decentralized point. You need also to work with a central point. So right. I think the combination is the perfect point.
Okay. So difference between some decentralization, some centralization.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
You can't change on the blockchain. You create one smart contract. The smart contract work exactly on the same procedure. Yeah, right. Same procedure every day. But you have business cases. You need to change a little bit. You can't work with blockchain. So we use Salesforce for the central part. We use the blockchain for the decentral part.
Got it. Very smart. Yep. I know EOS has, I'm a big investor in EOS. I really love the project. And I know they kind of do a little bit of mix of the both between Block One kind of managing things. They're kind of taking a bigger role. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that centralization plus decentralization in the equation. Couldn't agree more with you. And with ICO funding surpassing, VC funding this year, what are some action steps our audience here can take today to stay protected in today's growing ICO market?
Yeah, the importance point for an ICO is always the community. So I say always, community, protect yourself. So we build a voting process that is a huge pool from specialists, tax consultants, and lawyers, and maybe of course the community itself. If a project goes live or not will be measured by the experience from the user. So as example, in the morning you meet someone that say he's a stockbroker, but not a verified. In the evening, you meet also a stockbroker, but this one is measured by 10,000 people and voted as the best stockbroker.
Right.
Which will give you your money? Please tell me.
Definitely the one that's got the vote of confidence from the crowds. Absolutely.
Yeah. So how you say? I think the second one is the best one.
Sure thing. Definitely.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what we do. We let every project go through a voting process, and should this process successful, the project will go live on our platform, and the users and investors could invest.
Very interesting. That's very smart. I like that. And what kind of ICOs do you guys have any currently on the platform? Do we have any to kind of foresee over the next few months for the audience here?
Yeah, we start with the first projects. To invite the projects on the end September.
Okay.
Start October. So that's the first point where we start to validate projects.
Perfect. So everyone listening here, please, Bitdepositary IO. Visit them online. They'll be in the show notes. And end of September, early October, take a look. I know I'll be on it, making some small investments, keep this community growing. And Tobias, if you got started in blockchain technologies today, or investing in blockchain technologies today, where would you focus? In terms of if you're a new user, where's your focus? Are you looking at studying the blockchain? Is there a certain segment of the blockchain you would recommend people to learn more about? Certain technologies for them to pay attention to?
Yeah, so study a little bit the blockchain and read books about ICOs. Okay. Read much about scams. Read how work scams.
Yep.
That's actually the important point. You don't invest into a scam, you earn money.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Most important thing is keep maintaining your principal as well. Principal is the key of the game in the investing world.
Yes.
Well, Tobias, thank you so much for joining us on this segment of the Blockcast. Again, this segment is sponsored by the World Data Forum. Visit us at worlddataforum.com. The World Data Forum is hosted September 18th, 19th, and 20th in Barcelona. You can meet Tobias. You can meet myself. We have a huge lineup of speakers, including Jennifer Robinson, WikiLeaks and Julian Assange's primary lawyer, David Brin, Ralph Merkle, arguably one of the fathers of blockchain technologies, Merkle trees. We've got a huge action-packed schedule, so please join us, as well as brought to you by Block Digital. Visit them at blockdigital.io. They help with a lot of marketing and ICO needs as well on the marketing side. And don't forget to check out bitdepositary.io. They'll be in the show notes. Again, looking forward to it. And Tobias, thank you so much for joining us. We're really looking forward to see a lot of the ICOs launching on the platform.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.